is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Oh Lord, when my heart is overwhelmed, my prayer is lead me to the rock. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Oh Lord, that is higher than I. Good day, everyone. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. If you don't know me, I'm Moses Andrews III, music and AV specialist here at Saxagatha, and I lead the modern or contemporary or all worship service, whatever you want to call it, that's what I do. I've been here for 6 years, and pretty soon my family and I are going to be starting a new chapter. In the past couple of years, we've been in a pandemic filled with anxiety and uncertainty, and I know that it has taken a toll on the mental health of so many, even myself. And people are afraid to admit that it's a reality. In this season, we've seen so much pressure in the political realm, and we've seen polarization in the church. We've seen generations making it clear what is more important to them and building walls between each other when we should be learning about each other and helping each other. I'm a Black millennial, and I've seen and experienced a lot of things in my short life. But what do we make of this? What do we make of this as Christians? While it is very easy to say, just preach the gospel, we negate the worthy work of getting involved in helping cultivate or mend relationships, lend a hand to those in need, and feeding the hungry. We as Christians sometimes put conditions on the way we help people. A very sad thing to me is that so many things that we're called to do has been reduced to a political stance, a viewpoint, or a theory. This has rocked my world so much, especially in the last 5 or 6 years. It has given me great anxiety because I've seen families and churches split or be divided because of these stances, views, or theories. The song from the beginning of this Devo has been with me since childhood, and it is based on Psalm 61. Psalm 61 reads, God, hear my cry. Pay attention to my prayer. I call to you from the ends of the earth when my heart is without strength. Lead me to a rock that is high above me, for you have been a refuge for me, a strong tower in the face of the enemy. I will dwell in your tent forever and take refuge under the shelter of your wings. I often read Psalms, and so many Psalms of David start out in a similar manner. God, hear my cry, or God, incline your ear to me. David is always in prayer, crying out to God. This rock in this psalm and song is God. What if we hungered for God the way we hunger for everything we put before God? What if we longed for God's ways the way we long for acceptance? How would the church shift if we really wanted to be like Jesus? Church, yes, we are weak. Our ways are not God's ways, and our thoughts are not God's thoughts. So we seek everything we think is right and just to satisfy our own desires, and it is overwhelming. Sometimes we feel like we're under attack because others aren't following what we believe is right. Sometimes you may get overwhelmed because of a very difficult decision you have to make. A very difficult decision I've recently had to make is to answer the call to be a worship director for another congregation. And it's much farther away from my house than Saxagatha. I didn't understand it at first, but the more I prayed, the more peace I had received from God. This transition had come as a surprise to so many, and it has been overwhelming to some. I'm still grasping the fact that my last Sunday here at Saxagatha is November 21st. But I will not fear, because God is with me. Our God goes before us and continues to be a lamp to our feet and a light unto our path. There's a reason that I was called to Camden, and it will become more clear as we go along. Please be praying for us in this transition. I know that God has the right people in mind for the future of this church, and the Lord will be with them as they grow into their respective positions. In my new position, I pray that I have God as my God to find new and worthy ways to bring honor and praise to God's name. I seek to continue to bring people together and break down those walls we build around ourselves as Christians. Yes, we are citizens of heaven, but right now we inhabit this earth with so many people along the spectrum, and we must make the best of it. I pray that we continue to grow together and love one another. I pray that we learn to listen to others, even people we don't understand. Sometimes we make those we don't understand our enemy. I pray that we look to our God, whose thoughts and ways are higher than us, to help us learn how to love each other. Yes, life gets overwhelming, but there is hope. There is hope. Stay safe. Seek God. Share love. Show grace. Be blessed.